back to another episode of Quick Stop Review. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, but before we get into that, I want to do a good review of a game that I just recently played, Pandemic Iberia. So let's take a look at the components and we'll get back and discuss the game. Alright, here's Pandemic Iberia. The map, if you saw my unboxing video, you saw me, you've already seen this map. Basically, this game is very much like the regular Pandemic, with a few exceptions. There are no direct flights. You move by train, you move by carriage, or you can move by boat. The move by carriage basically is just moving from city to city, and it takes one action just like you normally would. Another action you have in this game is you can lay down trains. And so over the course of the game, you're going to have these train tracks that you're going to lay down on these roads. So, let's say you're here, and you want to get here. This is just one move, because that is one continuous train track. And then the port city, as long as you're on a city here with an anchor, you can discard a color of any city that's on the coast that you want to go to, and then go to that city, and for one action. So, moving is a little bit more difficult, but still manageable in this game. You have your 4 diseases. You're not curing them in this game. You're basically just researching them. And to research them, you have to, like similar to Pandemic, you have to have the cards. You have to have your set of cards that you're going to turn in. The only difference in this game is that you have to do it in the hospital of the color matching what you're doing. So you're going to put a red hospital here, yellow here, black here, and a blue here. And you do that the same way you would in Pandemic. You're going to just, you'll discard the city card, and then a hospital goes there. Your deck will consist of event cards, and quite a few came with this game. So you're going to pick a set amount, and then you'll put in your game. The characters, there's quite a few characters here. The railway man, he puts down a couple train tracks a turn. For the rural doctor, he can treat diseases in neighboring cities. Royal Academy scientist, nurse, politician, sailor, and the agronomist. I do not know how to pronounce that. So those, and each of them do something different. Now, Pandemic Iberia has a couple different ways to play. Now, you can play it like normal Pandemic, which if it's your first time, I would definitely recommend doing that, just so you can get the layout of the map. The other way is through this historical mode, and basically you have different diseases, like typhus. They're harder to remove. Malaria, more of them. The infections are more severe, so you're going to get multiple copies of it. Yellow fever, which is going to affect port cities. And then cholera, which affects cities further away. So each of these, and I would suggest that you don't use all 4 of them, because then the game becomes very, very difficult, almost to the point of a Ghost Stories type game where it's maddening how difficult it is. The character tokens are pretty much the same, wooden. You have the wooden cubes for the diseases. One thing I didn't show you earlier is this the new water token. You're going to put them in a region. What a region is it's the space between cities that are connected by lines. So this right here would be a region. So you can for an action, you put a water token there. What it does, it acts just like a quarantine marker in regular Pandemic, except it affects a region. So it's any of these 4 cities has an outbreak or an infection or anything, you're going to take this off instead of putting a cube down. Epidemic cards, pretty much the same way. You get 6. You can put as many or as few as you'd like. I did mention that there were 2 ways to play, or a couple different ways to play this. The other way is you're going to take this card here, and you're going to put it on your game board, and it fits just perfect. Your disease cubes are patients, they're going to start moving toward hospitals. So that could cause problems throughout the game. Another difficult way to play it. So that's basically a look at all the components for Iberia. So let's get back to my review. Alright, Pandemic Iberia from Z-Man Games. It's a 2016 release. This is a limited edition release. It's supposed to only have one print run, but I'm guessing if it sells well, they'll probably do another print run of it. The gameplay, it's very similar to Pandemic. You get 4 actions. You can move by carriage or boat, by train, by ship, build a railroad, which if you saw my components, if you just watched it and paid attention, you'll notice that a railroad toward the end of the game is going to make things a lot easier to get around. Build a hospital, which are necessary to beat the game. Treat diseases, which is very similar to Pandemic. Share knowledge, exactly the same as Pandemic. Research, and then purify water. The difference in this game is you can't cure or eliminate a disease. You can only research it. Components are nice in this game, basically the same as regular Pandemic. They're all wooden. There's little microscopes for the diseases. The cardboard tokens are kind of cool because the backdrop of the tokens here match the board. So when you put them down there, you can see them. The game board's beautiful, and it's a great game board. It's got great artwork, very top-notch production, and the cards are really good quality of cards. So and they got these cool carpet bagging artwork on the back of them. It makes them kind of cool. The theme of the game, it's a pretty tight theme. It's nice, especially when you're playing like the historic version where the diseases are actually like cholera or yellow fever. We played a yellow fever one and lost because we just couldn't keep up with the disease. It just kept spreading all the coastal cities. I do like the fact you can only treat and research it. You can never get rid of the disease. Even after you've researched it, you can't be like you were in Pandemic and just walk through, and you still have to take multiple actions to get rid of multiple cues. The characters add to the theme of the game. They're very thematic in that time period. So, you got the guy that builds railroads and the doctor that travels around to treat people. Very cool. What are some things I didn't like about the game? I thought it takes a little too long to get things set up to move around. And by that time, especially if you had some unlucky card draws, it could cause problems, especially if you drew an Epidemic too early. I prefer there's 3 different ways of playing. There's the regular Pandemic, which is, it's just regular Pandemic. It's just a different map and some different characters. And then there's the historical, which is where all the diseases are the different historical diseases. And then there's the one where the patients are moving around. I did not like where the patients are moving around. I thought it made the game just a little too long, I don't know, I just didn't like it. It didn't really click for me. I really enjoyed the historical one. I mentioned to play it again and throwing 2 in there to see how that goes. But all in all, a pretty good game. Would I rank it higher than Pandemic? No, I don't think I would. But I think it's the best offshoot of Pandemic next to Pandemic Legacy that there is. So that's pretty much what I think of Pandemic Iberia. I'm interested to know what you think. You can post in the comments below. And hopefully we will see you soon. Thank you very much for tuning in, and come visit our Facebook page for more information and pictures and all sorts of neat stuff that we're doing there. And hopefully we will see you there. And once again, thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.